Hello there, viewers. I want to bid you warm welcome to this video. And a Merry Christmas to those of you watching, although it won't be Christmas by the time you watch this. This is being recorded on the 24th of December 2022, but it won't be uploaded until who knows when. But anywho, this is your host, the Cassette Master, once again. And this video is going to be showing some Poochies. That's right. Little dogs, little Poochies from my childhood. Rather nostalgic little Poochies. So, without further ado, let's get into this Poochie business, alright? Roof, roof, huh? Give that dog a bone, will ya? Here are two Poochies. These are vintage Poochies, over 20 years old, which is hard to believe these Poochies are that old. This Poochie has a copyright date of 2000. This other Poochie also has a copyright date of 2000. And I did experiments with these Poochies back when I was a child. When I got these, these are smaller than your typical Poochies. These came in McDonald's Happy Meals, and of course, as toys in McDonald's Happy Meals tend to be, they have those weird triangular screws. You might be able to make see the triangular screws that hold the Poochie together. It was typical for McDonald's toys to use those triangular screws. I have still yet to acquire a triangle driver, but I have a flathead screwdriver that manages to work, and back in the day I would use an Allen wrench that happened to be just the right size to be able to open up those triangular screws. And I think the experiments I did with these Poochies was in 2001, and you can see I marks to where I forced this thing open in the past, some damage right here around the eye, some screwdriver marks on the back of the Poochie's head, and so forth. Then we have this other Poochie here. The button, unfortunately, is missing, but you can see some wires inside, which is interesting. I attempted to sell the Poochie for $1 at one time. Thankfully, it never sold, and I revoked it. Glad I didn't sell it after all. And this one's tail is missing. Another fascinating thing is just how yellowed this Poochie is with age. If you look at the bottom of the Poochie, you can kind of get an idea of what its original color was. And then when you look at the rest of the Poochie, you can see just how drastically this Poochie has yellowed with age. The same phenomenon has even happened to this gray Poochie. You can see the better gray color more on the bottom of this Poochie. And then the top is kind of has this slight greenish, slight hue to the gray from the severe yellowing of these vintage Poochies. Now, this is a mechanical Poochie. The wires inside are thanks to my modification I did to this Poochie as a child. And this Poochie still has the original deals inside. Let's take a listen to each of these two Poochies. First, we'll have a listen to the gray Poochie. It has a slide switch on the bottom to turn the Poochie on. And if you look through this hole here, you can see a piezo transducer, which is used as a microphone to detect the bumping of the Poochie. And on the side, there is a small plastic diaphragmed speaker for the audio of the Poochie. You can see the Poochie's eyes light up when it makes its noise. I can say loud sounds, but it doesn't activate the Poochie. But give it a tap, it activates the Poochie. Even a very gentle tap activates the Poochie. Makes me think maybe there's a low pass filter to only allow extremely low frequency sounds to be picked up by the Poochie to activate it, being that loud voice does not activate the Poochie. Let's turn off the overhead light here, to get a better view of the eyes lighting up. Poochies are a fascinating thing. And what we're going to do at some point is we're going to show the inside of each of these Poochies. Let's take a look at the other Poochie again. You can see, unlike the gray one, the legs are fixed. But on this, the light colored Poochie, the legs are mobile. Now they're not supposed to just move freely, flop around freely like that. Originally, you'll hear the Poochie. It gets pretty intense with its noise. It's a wind-up Poochie. Now this Poochie, normally it would not just keep running on the little wind-up deal. Normally what would happen was there was a button on top, and when you press the button, the Poochies would activate, and it would raise its legs up like that, like it's about to get a treat. Also, if you held a magnetic bone to the Poochie, there was a magnetic device inside that would move and activate the same thing, and the Poochie would go up as if to receive a dog treat. So it's quite something. Of course, this Poochie used no electricity whatsoever. So as a child, I wanted to modify it by putting a light bulb inside its eye area. And I used to, have a means, I think, of making the button where it would close contacts or something like that, or wanted to do it like that or whatever, but the button's long gone. But anyway, we're going to try taking these Poochies apart and showing what's inside these Poochies. All right, so we got our two Poochies here, and we got a flathead screwdriver that should be able to open up these Poochies. So try to take off two of these legs. I don't even know if I can open these Poochies up, but I'll try. So that screw's coming out. It'll be the first time I've seen inside these Poochies since like 2001. So I was about to open them up earlier today for like the first time since 2001, and I kind of realized, I kind of want to catch this experience on video. So I decided to video it instead. And little Poochie. You can see just the drastic difference between the coloring there, the original color versus how badly it's gotten yellowed. It's just unbelievable. Sega Toys 2000. Tiger Electronics Incorporated, manufactured for McD Corp. And of course it's made in China. So, McD being McDonald's, as everybody knows. So, put those there. Almost here. As we take apart this Poochie. Whatever, it'll come out. It should. Do I have to take the other legs off too? Oh, did I melt that together or glue it? Or? Oh, maybe I put a different button on top at one point. Why is that thing not coming apart easily? It's not good. Did I not even get that screw off? No, I did get that screw. Oh my god, I didn't. What the heck? I'm such a dumb idiot. I don't use my brain. Okay, so whatever, it'll come out. It should. Do I have to take the other legs off too? Oh, did I melt that together or glue it? Or? Oh, maybe I put a different button on top at one point. Why is that thing not coming apart easily? It's not good. Did I not even get that screw off? No, I did get that screw. Oh my god, I didn't. What the heck? I'm such a dumb idiot. I don't use my brain. Okay, so I really don't use my brain. That's the problem. Oh yeah, it's like glue on the top or something. There it goes. All right, The great reveal. Oh, nostalgia waves because the little battery pack that I made. Oh, let's move this other Poochie out of the way for now. This is unreal. Look at this. Here's the inside of the little Poochie. A wind-up mechanism can be seen down there. It comes right on out. Oh boy, I guess a lot of the interlock things are completely missing. I think there's supposed to be stuff that interlocks to move these feed mechanism. Let's get some ASMR. So we're gonna take this battery, the masking tape off of this battery pack. Yeah, I don't even think I soldered the thing. I was too lazy, so I just taped the wire over it. They might still be good. It might just be the electrical connection, really. Let's at least strip the wire, shall we? This is unbelievable, am I right? Gee whiz. Yeah, ASMR. Strip that wire. Yeah, let's strip that little wire. There we go. And let's strip the other little wire. Yeah. That one already has some stuff sticking out. I only need to strip that one, so. No way, it's just the connection. Ah, it's just the connection, bro. The batteries, after sitting for over 20 years, spending a number of years in storage in extreme climates and everything, and the batteries are still good to light up the light bulb for the Poochie. Oh boy. You know what that means. Okay, so let's put this back in here. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. Let's put that in there. And let's put this little light bulb back in here. Where do those wires go in at anyway? Down there must have been. Better to do it off camera, but whatever. I'm just gonna record it anyway. Whatever. Who cares? Well, some people do, but those people can just fast forward to the video. So we do that. They get their little Poochie eye on there and see if it lights up at all. No, it does not, unless I push on the batteries. You can kind of see how this Poochie was here. Oh, that's remarkable. I mean, it only lit up at like a spot, but it's still like, you know, you could push. Oh yeah, and the little thing that I talked about that had the magnet on there that detected the position, that thing's long gone too. But I remember there was a thing, you had a magnet that went in there and activated the Poochie when you put a magnetic bone up to it. But anyway, that little Poochie's coming to life, man. Oh. I might as well take the rest of the tape off these. Part of me doesn't want to, though, because it's so nostalgic, and I kind of want to just keep it as a time capsule, like 2001, you know. But you can see it comes off pretty easily. I'll take just part of it off. You can see it's one of these Duracell lithium primary cells. But yeah, they're good batteries. They're still good. These ones actually still have voltage on them. That's amazing. So that's the inside of that Poochie. move the mic out of the way. Okay, so that was that light colored Poochie. We'll put them back together later. Put them off to the side. And we'll show the gray Poochie next. That's for you, Douglas. Okay, so now the gray Poochie. So, that's crap. Always doing the wrong way first when the camera's pointing the other way. So, literally, anyone can relate to make videos. But anyway, yo, Boone. Oh, what's that over there? It's the batteries. Okay. Now, the electronic Poochie, the gray Poochie. Let's take this one apart. This will be much more interesting. If I can, that is. If it lets me. Again, you know, we might not get lucky. That's a Phillips head screw. Triangles and found a Phillips that fit. But this flathead also fits that Phillips. So, I used it. Is it really Phillips? That sure is. Yeah, that was definitely not the original screw. Oh, I love that sound. All right, so now we're taking apart the gray Poochie. This one, of course, is going to have a chip on board, or what I called, as a kid, a round microchip. And chip on board type chips have always been interesting to me. My first introduction to finding out what a microchip was seeing a chip on board and being told that was a microchip, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And then later I was showed the dip package IC, and that was also a microchip. So, if I can just take this. I don't know, man. The other ones came out, but this one, there might be a lot of loss here on this one. Like, they're the same size screw. They're the same size screwdriver. But somehow, this screw is not like the others, even though it is. So it's like laws of physics and this and that aren't agreeing because A equals B. Yet A is not equal to B. And both are true at the same time. And how that manages to work is, it's like Schrodinger's cat. The cat is in a box, and he's dead, and he's alive at the same time. That is exactly what's going on here. It's obviously the same size triangle screw as all the others, so it should behave the same as all the others, yet it's not. But I finally managed to get this pesky triangle, oh gosh, screwdriver just like runs around in there. It's so dumb. Out, so that might explain the Phillips that was on the one. All right, so now, the other triangle must have just been worn out a little bit. This one is coming out fine. All right, the great reveal of the gray Poochie. Once I was 10, then I'd skip my teenage years altogether, and I'd skip my 20s altogether, and not only until I'd be in my 30s, would I see the inside of this Poochie again. Little did I know that when I was 10. If I was told that I wouldn't see the inside of the Poochie again until I was in my 30s, I would have probably, I don't know what I would have done, but it would have been so surprising and hard to believe. Anyway, it's just crazy how things are. This Poochie still is having a hard time coming apart, even though I took that other screw out. I'm going to do the old screwdriver trick, just like I did back then. All right. Oh, this one's got a lot more going on in it. Whoa. I should probably take it out on the other side. So let's do that. Let's put this back if we are able to. I don't know if we can. Oh, whatever. It comes out the other way. This Poochie has a lot more going on. So, at the bottom is a simple switch made of 2 contacts. Let's take some better looks at this. Right here are 2 switch contacts. The slide switch assembly simply goes in. And when you energize the Poochie, like that. There are 2 replaceable button cells in here. But in order to replace them, you need to take the triangle screws out. Here is the nose sensor. It's a magnet. Now, you can see that there is a contact here and a contact on this rod here. If you have a magnet that can repel this one, the repulsion will push this contact over Well, first the Poochie must be on. So let's turn it on. And then we will, oh, hello, it's very sensitive. We'll pretend the magnet is pushing this. The thing is so sensitive. It makes contact and the Poochie is activated. But also inside the Poochie, you can see a piezo right here. And that is activated by close range, bumping, and so forth. It is very sensitive. But I'm able to talk loudly to it and it does not activate. Only whenever I physically hit it does it tend to activate. That's what's making me think that there must be a low pass filter in the Poochie's design. Let's listen to it in detail. Limiter and everything. So anyway, it's a very special Poochie, and you can see, of course, the round micro, and you can see, of course, the round microchip right here, which is going to contain, amongst all of its processing, it's going to have microprocessor type stuff in there for one. But for two, the best part, read-only memory. And one would only think that probably the kind of read-only memory it would use, being the volume production of the Poochies, would be masked ROM in the Poochie. And I'm very curious about the original recordings that must have been made of an actual dog barking, which would then be encoded and probably compressed and probably repeated and changed to different pitches in the recording they would then put onto the read-only memory. And then I'm curious what type of encoding they would use for the dog bark audio. But anyway, and then of course you have the eye assembly. We take the eye lens off. There is a common red LED, a clear red LED. It lights up and dims with each bark. The light is then spread on this device. To illuminate the eyes. There's a lot that goes into the design and engineering of these little Poochies. All for a little McDonald's toy. It's nice to take a look at the Poochie piezo. It has a nice little, case to it too. Part of me wants to harvest this for all the spare parts, such as the piezo mainly. Well, the little speaker as well. But it's kind of a special deal, so I'm going to put this little Poochie back together. You can see right here, I stabbed the screwdriver in 2001 and managed to pry it apart and snap it off. Probably because that screw was inaccessible because it was covered up by the ear and I wasn't able to remove the ear. So yeah, you have a little post that you put in the ear, the metal post there, and the other side is covered up. So you're not able to, you can put the screw on and then you can put the post in to hold the ear, but once the post is in, it ain't coming back out. So yeah, so much for changing out the batteries unless you pry it apart. So, wow, I thought first about it and then I still zoomed the wrong way, but at least you get a good view of the circuit board of the little Poochie. Oh, there's a resistor and a capacitor in there too. That is neat. That is neat to see the circuitry of the little Poochie. Oh boy. Man's best friend. Old Yeller. All right. Well, we'll put this little Poochie, reassemble this Poochie. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty nifty. Well, viewers, I hope you enjoyed this video showing my little Poochies, you know. I know it's nothing much, but they're old Poochies. Something pretty cool, huh? Yeah, brother. Meow boon.